Call me Master Zen cause I'm a flicky bands.
Broski, you see the stupid title, man. No wasting time, let's get to it. Oh, brother. Is this type of video? Ugh.
Whose chain is the hardest to snatch? Yugi's, Sinbad, or Broly?
I put Broly as the easiest, huh?
Bro, your big back ass not doing none, my nigga.
Put Broly as the easiest, huh?
With summer wrapping up, we are now well into 2025, and the internet is still the internet. And as you can see with the title, we are now well into 2025, and the internet is still.
Mark, I have a voodoo doll right now of you. Do you feel that? I'm so.
The internet. And as you can see with the title, it's that time of the year again where I need to talk about some of the terrible anime takes I found while scouring the internet. So in today's video, we're gonna be looking at some of the most absurd, brain-numbing takes that have touched the web. And like always, no hate to any of these people, we're just talking about anime.
Whose chain is the hardest to snatch? Yugi's, Sinbad, or Broly?
I put Broly as the easiest, huh?
He retarded. I don't care, bro. He's retarded.
Wow, I don't even have words for this. Between the three options, you pick Broly?
You smoke crack, don't you?
At a first glance of all these characters, I'd expect either Yugi or Sinbad to get disrespected before Broly.
Hey.
Sinbad not getting disrespected is the most shocking to me because I don't think he's more popular than the other two in the video. So I assumed that people were unaware of how powerful he was. But I guess people know ball. To an extent, of course. Come on. To clarify something, we're talking about Z Broly here, not Dragon Ball Super Broly who had a good side too. The argument the guy in the video makes is that since Broly was kinda chill with the Z fighters when they pulled up, one might be able to get away with doing something to him. But I feel like this is just flawed in all types of ways. Z Broly was tweaked out to the extreme. For a majority of his life, he was blowing up galaxies like it was nothing. They showed flashbacks of him as a kid causing destruction just for the love of the game. I don't even want to mention what he did to the Z fighters. I think we all know that story already. Even when Paragus was controlling him, Broly could still just lose control and start acting violently. A counter argument to that would be the fact that Broly was only losing control when he was around Goku. But even if he's still controlled by Paragus, Broly is still a Saiyan. He's a warrior. He's not gonna let you just do something to him and get away with it. It also doesn't help when you mention the fact that Broly is like 7'10" in his base form. I'd really love to see someone try to take it. It also doesn't help when you mention the fact that Broly is like 7'10".
This nigga is 7 feet. Golly.
And in his base form. I'd really love to see someone try to take something from someone built like this. Also, thinking about it now, Broly did destroy all.
Bro, this nigga, well, hold on, bro. It's not computing my head. This nigga is 7 feet. Like, I knew he was tall, you feel me? I'm like, you feel me? Like, he gonna be on some, like, NBA type of height. Man, that man passing the NBA, he on some, like, what that tall Chinese man is? Considering I don't know his original home, I'm gonna just say that tall Asian dude. Is it Yao Ming? Hell no.
Those galaxies without needing Goku around. So honestly, saying a take like this already requires a lot of brain cells not caring about self-preservation. However, the take becomes even worse when you look at the other options. Sinbad may be stronger than Broly, but he's at least a bit more approachable than an unstable Saiyan. Granted, you're probably not taking his hypothetical chain either, but at least there's a better chance. But the best part about all of this is that we don't even have to worry about Sinbad for real, because the most obvious choice between the three characters is Yugi.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not a Yugi nigga. I'm not really into the card gamings. I'm more into like scrapping type of anime. You feel me? So yeah. But instantly I said, man, bro, that Yugi nigga still is a little nigga. I'm taking his shit. Well, okay. With that explanation, it doesn't make sense. There's other little niggas, but they powerful. Bro, I'm taking this little nigga chain, man.
It doesn't really matter if it's regular Yugi or Yami Yugi. I'm taking my chances with them. Yami Yugi is the closest thing to a normal human being you're gonna get between these three characters. He's only like 5 feet tall with an average build. He's nothing too menacing. We've seen this man get blitzed and punched by regular people before. And I'm 99% sure that this isn't Yami from season 0, because if it was, we'd be having a slightly different conversation. As long as I'm not dueling him in a shadow game, I have a way better chance with him than the literal gods amongst men. Next take.
I'm sorry, but Bleach is not in the big three because Shonen Jump just announced that One Piece, DBZ, and Naruto are their best-selling manga series, so why is Bleach in the conversation?
Do you guys want to know a fun fact? Did you guys know that the event pole vaulting was invented by Greek prisoners who used poles to escape over prison walls? And since their idea was so clever, the Greeks decided to let the prisoners roam free, and the event started to become a mainstay in track and field. Now, do I have any idea what I'm talking about? Nope. Kinda like how this guy has no idea what he's saying. Like, I get that this is his own interpretation of what the big three is, but come on, we get what he's trying to say here. This part doesn't even have to be that long. Anyone who wants to put Dragon Ball in the big three is just not aware.
Wait, what? How? Oh, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and then Bleach.
Kinda like how this guy has no idea what he's saying. Like, I get that this is his own interpretation of what the
One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball. Okay.
big three is, but come on, we get what he's trying to say here. This part doesn't even have to be that long. Anyone who wants to put Dragon Ball in the big three is just not aware of what the term represents. The big three isn't just the 3 shonen franchises with the most sales ever. The big three represents the most popular anime from Shonen Jump in the early 2000s. During this period, these 3 anime were the forefronts of shonen media. They had the best sales and some of the highest cultural impact in the West. And to those with a keen eye, you may say Dragon Ball shares the exact same traits, still wondering why it can't be in the big three. The glaring issue with Dragon Ball and its quote-unquote big three status is the fact that Dragon Ball started coming out in the 80s and the 90s. If you want me to spell it out for you, that means Dragon Ball became prominent way before the entire big three were even conceptualized. Dragon Ball is more like a father to the big three, with each of the creators taking some sort of influence and inspiration from it. I don't know why people want to always discount Bleach and its impact on shonen. A lot of the new gen we see were inspired by Bleach. I've already talked about this before, so I'm not gonna repeat myself too much. Just look at some of the new gen anime, which honestly aren't so new anymore, and think about how a lot of these concepts were popularized with Bleach. Next take. And oh, what do we have here?
I'm gonna say a diabolical tip. Me personally, bro, I'm not really a fan of One Piece. That shit. Let me not see ass. But hey, this is a real nigga channel, bro. I really wanted to, in my head I was thinking, bro, I'm not really into Bleach, it's ass. But seeing ass is like, okay, you kind of diabolical. You could have picked a better term. I don't really rock with it like that. It was cool the first time I saw it, the first few episodes, this and that, but, and it's not because of the, not obviously. Another reason why I don't really fuck with it, bro, I'm not gonna watch 1,000 episodes. You got me fucked up, my nigga. I already watched like Naruto with the 500 episodes and multiple fillers. I'm not gonna be watching a 1,000 episodes, bro. Considering I don't even fuck with the anime, I don't know, bro. That's why to me, it's not in the big three. The big three to me is not obviously Naruto. That's the anime that put me on to like discover other animes. Well, technically everybody started with Dragon Ball Z. Like all the people in the West, we like how do I put this? How do I explain this? If you're in Japan, the West is like towards like that way. So it's like you can finish past Africa and then America. That's the West to the people in Japan. That's where the anime came from. So yeah. Dragon Ball Z was the first anime I saw or fucked with, and then I discovered Naruto. Then Naruto became the best anime of all time to me. So One Piece, I don't know, bro. I only got 2 like enemies in my top. The best enemies of all time is Naruto and if we're talking about the big three, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Naruto, fuck. Oh, no, now, bro, it's different. Cause I'm thinking about like this. Best anime of all time for me is Naruto. The second, is it JJK? Nah, it's not JJK, bro. My nigga, bro, the easiest way, bro, the best anime of all time for me is Naruto. Simplified, bro. Cause if I have to create a list, it's gonna take a long time. I don't want to waste time.
List ranking the top 5 smartest anime characters. That sounds neat. And Bulma's on the cover, so surely she's on the list. She's on the list, right?
Huh?
Dear goodness, we're starting off with Dr. Vegapunk at 5. The smartest man in One Piece is at 5. The man who created the pacifista, expanded understanding of devil fruits, and lives on an island centuries ahead of the rest of the world is at 5. The man whose brain was too big to be contained in his own head is the 5th smartest anime character. You know what? Let me not lambast this list just yet. There are a lot of anime out there, so there could very well be plenty of characters smarter than Vegapunk. Granted, I highly doubt you can name 4 smarter, but it's certainly not impossible. It's not like they're gonna put some high school students on the list who aren't even that smart.
Light gonna be on that bitch. bro, another situation, bro. You know this thing when like you're saying like this thing is going to happen, but you don't actually want it to happen, bro. I was just making a joke when I say Light is gonna be on this list. The nigga's on the list, and much higher.
We need to stop overrating these types of characters. These manipulators aren't really that smart. They're just good liars, especially this bum. I did have a video talking about how overrated this guy's intelligence is, but it unfortunately got taken down. To sum it up, a lot of the intelligence Light showed was just him playing a game where only he knew the rules. Moreover, he had like 3 other forces helping him out along the way. And why would you put Light here instead of L? He was the one actually making crazy moves with limited knowledge of what he—
Wait, yeah. Considering he defeated Light, isn't he supposed to be like higher in a way? Bro, I'm not tapped in like that in terms of like accurately telling people, yo, this guy's much smart. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm more into like the fighting, so the technical stuff. Wait, is it technical or theoretical? I don't know, bro. I'm more into the physical enemy, man. I'm more into the fighting anime. I can say, okay, this nigga know how to fight. This nigga know how to fight. But telling people, yo, this guy's smart. Nah. They're not me, big brother.
Was up against. He should definitely be the Death Note representative of this list. It's a similar story with Ayana Koji. He may be a genius when it comes to strategy and manipulation, but he's definitely not smarter than Dr. Vegapunk. I don't know why people think these high school students who are good liars are automatically some of the smartest anime characters ever.
Yeah, there's a difference between being a good manipulator or liar and be the smartest person. Nigga, you could be good at that's literally how my fellow brothers are. They could be good at manipulating girls, but them niggas could be dumb as hell. So it's like, come on, bruv. You could be like, there's this thing called being street smart and being actually smart all around.
For the things this archetype of character does is something a lot of teenagers would do as well if they thought hard enough about it. Also, wouldn't Aizen be a better option than both of these characters? He was manipulating an entire society for years. Number 2 on the list is Shikamaru, which is quite concerning. This means that either Boma or Senku aren't on this list, both of which are definitely supposed to be here. Shikamaru is smart and has the best battle IQ here, but I don't think that puts him above a character like Dr. Vegapunk, Boma, or Senku. Man. And number 1 on the list—
Facts, bro. The nigga is like creating shit like he just said. I never watched One Piece, but considering all the things he lists down that nigga did, the nigga at number 5, that ugly doctor. Come on, bro. You could be a good strategist, but not like, I don't know, bro. This thing of like, no. We don't need to overcomplicate shit. A person is considered smart if they're able to do everything by themselves and they don't need no one else. They able to create or think about theories and all that shit. I don't know, bro. Yeah.
It's Senku, which is fairly reasonable. It's kind of a layup at this point. But that doesn't change the fact that this list is garbage. Bowman not being on the list while also having freaking Mickey Mouse high school geniuses above her invalidates the entire thing. Bowman,
man, straight hold up, man.
Invented functioning time travel, built a spaceship, and created the Dragon Ball radar. The way her intelligence gets downplayed sometimes is insane. Like, do you really think in your heart of hearts that Light Yagami is—
I think it's because she's annoying. And the way she did our boy Yamcha, was it Yamcha? I don't know. Yeah, that's whoever, bro. She cheated on this nigga with Vegeta, man. So maybe that's why. Cause she's an annoying character, niggas do not really fuck with her or like pay attention to her.
Smarter than Boma. Be serious. There are some other characters I can mention, but I think we already get the fact that this list was mostly awful and was likely created on some magic leaves, if you catch my drift. And before I move on to the next take, if you're enjoying the video so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe. For this next take, it's time for the obligatory TikTok live segment where we see what dumb topic was being debated for like an hour. And, oh my gosh, Invincible versus Dragon Ball characters again? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I actually care about my brain cells. These TikTok lives need to do better, bro. Those versus debates just aren't cutting it anymore. I'm sorry. Next take.
Trained to master it at his Hero Academia.
All Might never had to train that way, by the way, folks. This is what he looked like before he got One For All. This is what he looked like before he had One For All, right? Right here. He was using it pretty much 100%, and I don't like that, cool.
No, Caleb, no. It's really rough seeing Caleb City talking straight nonsense, but a bad take is a bad take. First off, All Might didn't even look like this when he got One For All. He looked completely normal. He just looks like this because All For One almost killed him. The injury was so bad that the guy ended up looking like Itachi with how much he was coughing up blood. Secondly, Gran Torino gave All Might PTSD while he was training, and that's not a joke. All Might gets chills when he thinks back to Gran Torino and the punishment he endured. He was going through all of this just to be able to control One For All. Now, All Might being able to use 100% does separate himself from Deku. However, we all know that One For All has numerous different quirks in it while also increasing with strength over time. The One For All that Deku has is way stronger than All Might's. Deku's gotta control like 6 other quirks in the raw power that One For All gives. That's obviously going to be much harder than what All Might had to train for. Those first 2 or 3 seasons really did a number on Deku's PR for no reason. He gets so much hate for things that are out of his control within the plot. People out here yapping about things that are just straight up fabricated just to hate on this man. Also, why is it even a bad thing that Deku has to train more? What, do we want Deku to literally be handed his powers just to be Mega All Might for the rest of the series? Yeah, that's a good plot. Kid begs a hero enough and becomes the strongest hero ever. What? Deku low-key has a top 3 worst PR team in anime, but that's a topic for another day. Next take.
Kishimoto needs to start charging mangakas for copying his character 250k every time a new Sasuke clone appears. Original. Duplicate. Huh? Nigga, how the fuck is this nigga the same as this nigga? I don't know, bro.
Ooh, a Twitter take. It says that Kishimoto needs to start charging mangakas for copying his character 250k
Oh, mangaka. I thought that was the name of a nigga, but it's just a genre.
every time a new Sasuke clone appears, and it proceeds to show Sasuke and a range of other characters labeled as duplicates. You see, this is why Twitter never disappoints me, because you can always count on something stupid being said there. TikTok Live, take some notes. Let's take this post on one by one. How is Vegeta a duplicate of Sasuke if Vegeta came out before Sasuke? Like, that doesn't even take research, it's just common knowledge. Same thing applies to Killua. I don't know if y'all know this, but Hunter x Hunter came out in 1998. Yeah, I know, the series has been out for a while. It's just that the 2011 version made the series super popular in modern times. Also, what similarities do Killua and Sasuke have to make Killua a duplicate? Their arrival of the main character? Is that the only criteria it takes to be a Sasuke clone? Wouldn't Kurapika make more sense to be the quote-unquote duplicate? I feel like once anyone sees a Deuteragonist with black hair, they're automatically a Sasuke clone, which makes no sense.
Bro, every time a nigga see a nonchalant nigga with like black hair, like he said, automatically it's Sasuke. There's some actual like Sasuke clones out here. This nigga is not no Sasuke clone, bro.
Sense to me. I don't really see how Yuta can be a Sasuke clone when he doesn't even fit the Deuteragonist role. He's a former main character, and their personalities aren't similar whatsoever. He's not even a rival to Yuji. He's straight up stronger than Yuji at all points in the series. To further my point, Yuta's gone for like half the series and comes back in one of the later arcs. Uryu isn't really a Sasuke clone either. He's fairly different even if he didn't get the most screen time pre-Thousand Year Blood War. Aki doesn't exactly fit the Sasuke mold either. Yuno is honestly the best fit here, and even then, Yuno has some differences. So what, that's like 0 out of 6 characters this post scored on? You know what? Fairly impressive on this post. Good job.
If that nigga, bro, I thought I'd be having some diabolical taste. Look, I don't care about people people's opinions about me making fucked up takes, because it's like, nigga, that's my opinion. Same time, I be thinking too much about it, bro. I do not have the worst takes, bro. Some of y'all niggas just be wildin'.
If I'm being generous, I can give the post like 1 out of 6 characters if I give...
Bro, I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 6, bro.
Partial credit to Yuno and Aki or Uryu, something like that. By this post logic, every shonen MC is a Goku duplicate because they all get stronger throughout their series and yell a lot. Like, do you see how stupid that is? Alright, it's time for our lightning round where I look at some of the hot takes you guys posted under the last video. Gonna have to paraphrase this one just a bit. Caleb says, characters like Aizen and Madara aren't as smart as people think they are. If you were making plans and others weren't aware, you would seem smart because there's nothing antagonizing you. For example, Aizen lost the moment someone got wind of what he was doing, and then everything began to gradually crumble. The fake Karakura Town arc was Urahara's plan for him to get sealed. Also, place people like L, Light, Lelouch, and Ayano Koji, and they are literally washing him. I won't lie, you were kinda cooking with the first half of this take. Some of these characters do low-key get overrated with their intelligence, especially when the context of the scenario doesn't get mentioned much. However, to be fair, you have to have some decent sufficiently high intelligence to not seem antagonizing. Well, that applies for Aizen at least. Maruro's kinda just doing everything in secret. And although both of these guys did get outsmarted, there is a bit of context to who outsmarted them and how it happened. I don't really know how I feel about the second half of your take. I think there are some conversations to be had with someone like L or Lelouch maybe, but I don't think any of those characters you named would wash Aizen or Madara. The next take from Venom Gaming says, Arlong is a better arc antagonist than Kaido. Kaido was a great antagonist in terms of being an opponent for Luffy, but Arlong had an X factor with Nami's backstory. And this take really isn't that egregious. It feels like a genuine hot take that isn't based off of lies or agenda. I can low-key agree with it to an extent, as Arlong felt like he represented something more emotional for the Straw Hats to overcome versus Kaido feeling like some sort of barrier needing to be crossed to legitimize the crew. But I do wonder, do you feel a similar way with CP9 because of what they were doing with Robin? Because I feel like we can have some similar conversations there as well.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got nothing to say with this shit, bro. I don't want One Piece.
And finally, Star Panther heard someone say that if Erwin made it to Attack on Titan Season 4, he'd have supported the rumbling. Now this take is actually kinda cheeks. We can't say for sure what Erwin would have done after he saw everything in the basement and in the outside world. Addressing this take is basically asking myself, do I think Erwin would become a Jaegerist? And no, I can't really see that. When we look at everyone trying to stop the rumbling, it just feels like Erwin would have fit right into this group. If Erwin did side with Eren, I'd be extremely curious about all the turns his character would take, because I feel like at a certain point it starts to feel contrived and forced. Finally, I'm not sure why the Super Anime Podcast believes this take is that crazy. Honestly, one may argue that it's pure facts. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the video.
I'm gonna see y'all boys, bro. My brain needs to function after this shit, cause these diabolical takes. I'm gone.
Call me Master Zen, cause I'm a 50 bands.